much for joining me today for the League of Goddesses Spotlight interview. I am so excited to have you here and get to introduce you to the women of the League. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be able to see you and talk to you today.
Oh, I love it. It's always like girlfriend time to me. And usually I do these interviews around lunchtime, and it's just like a beautiful break in my day to just talk to another awesome badass woman. And so I'm excited about your interview. So I know that you're aware how this goes. The first few questions are just super quick and easy. And then as we progress, they get a little bit more deep and just like soul searching. So if you need a moment here or there, please feel free to take it. We're just excited to get to know you. Okay?
Perfect.
Awesome. Wonderful. So my first question always is, do you have a nickname? And if so, what is it?
Well, my nickname is G, because some people can't pronounce my name correctly. So we just say we just say G or Gangster G. Some people say that because I seem to like some kind of gangster music. I like a little bit of everything. And so everybody's always kind of made that joke about it. So.
I love it. And if they could see you in real life, you're super petite and little and so girly and cute. So gangster definitely fits you. Gangster G. I feel like you need like hand signs for it too. Yeah. You know how they always throw up hand signs? I'm like, yeah, we just need a hand sign for that. That's awesome. Okay. And when is your birthday?
My birthday is 10/24, which is October 24th.
Nice. And your favorite color?
My favorite color, if it's wardrobe, it's probably your blacks and your whites. So I have a lot of that. But if it's for, looking out, I love all the shades of blues.
Beautiful. Okay, so this is a new question that I've been asking people. And I like to ask because that way if someone is in your area, they know. So what area in the US do you live in? Obviously Texas, but a little bit more detailed, maybe your city.
Okay, so I'm about an hour from the DFW area, and I live in the Cedar Creek Lake area, and that's pretty much it.
Wonderful. So all of our Cedar Creek ladies, you know where to find you. Gangster G.
Yes.
Okay, now tell me, are you a coffee or a tea girl?
Okay, so I recently became a coffee drinker. And I love it. I'm not one that is real foo-foo about it yet because I just plain old coffee with, I put creamer and my collagen powder. And that's how I drink it. And it's sweet. And probably most people that drink coffee would probably be like, that is not coffee.
Oh, that's what I love about coffee. I feel like you just do it the way that makes you happy. So for me, I'm definitely coffee and then soy creamer and, just to mix with it. And then I make whipped cream, my own whipped cream with vanilla bean paste because I just think vanilla beans are so pretty and I put that on there. Oh. So every morning it's so bougie and Charles is just like, he drinks his black. And I'm like, well, we all have our way.
Someone takes me into like Starbucks or something, I'm like a deer in headlights because I'm like, what? Like, what are you asking? Just give me coffee. I don't know. Give me something sweet.
Okay, I'll give you a good one. Do you like tea as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay, have you ever had a dirty chai?
No.
Oh my God, girl. I had one of those this fall for the first time. It's chai tea with a shot of espresso. I thought I had died and gone to heaven. And then I was telling some of my girlfriends about it and they were like, you've never had one? And I'm like, no, where have I been? So there's one for you to order. Okay. Yeah, dirty chai.
Dirty chai.
Or what was it?
I just said dirty try.
No. But that one is so yummy and I will definitely be continuing to drink that one. If I tried to make it at home, but it was not as good as Starbucks. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those ones you can now order from there. All right. So now tell me, if you could only have one, are you a book, podcast, or blog type of girl?
I'm a podcast.
Really? Okay. Now I'm so excited because most girls say book. And so yeah. I don't hear much about podcasts. So if it is podcast, what is your favorite of all time?
Okay, so I am a big Andy Frisella fan. So I just like how raw he is and everything. So I was and that's what started me into getting back into my dreams. So it'd be the MF CEO. and and now he's kind of ventured off of that, and now he's real AF, and so I love listening to him.
That is awesome. Okay, so if you could only take one podcast with you on a deserted island and that's all you could listen to for the rest of your life, what would it be? Do you have one podcast that you're just like, oh my God, I have to have this?
Okay, probably Joe Rogan. That sounds probably really crazy, but he talks to everyone, and all about all kinds of topics. So I like listening to him because of that, for that fact, that it's just from comedians to business to Elon Musk, everyone's on there.
I love it. I think that I would have to go with you on that one. I agree really, really a lot. Okay, so now tell me, do you have a podcast that is just right now hitting home for you, that you're just like, this is amazing and I'm growing so much from
it? It would probably be Joe Rogan.
Okay, good. Awesome. Then we all know we need to go check him out if we haven't already. Yeah. That's lovely. Now, can you tell me just a little bit about your business?
I am an associate broker for the Texas Lake and Land Real Estate Group. We're a premier real estate company. We focus on lake homes, waterfront properties, acreage, and ranch within the 4-hour radius of the DFW area.
That is awesome. Like you're in the right state for this. Yes, it's just acres everywhere.
It is blown up. It's crazy.
I feel like the last 6 months has just been a land like flip. Everybody's selling, everybody's buying. It's crazy. And I feel like it kind of has something to do with COVID. Like people just want to be out, right?
It definitely did. COVID, this 2020 was my best year. I got an award. I got for selling so much property and my production rate. And I was like, wow, I didn't know it was possible. I mean, I've been a realtor or a real estate broker for a long time, but I have just recently started working on my own. And so it blew up. I was just incredible. I've been blessed.
And you worked hard. I'm like, whenever I say I've been blessed, Charles was like, it wasn't luck, Alicia. You put in the effort. And so I know the same is for you. You've been kicking ass over there. And it's so fun to watch this. Just watch from your beginning till now. It's beautiful. So now can you tell me, what is your bliss?
Okay, so I had trouble with this one too, just because I was like, wow, is this like talking about my personal bliss, like what I like to do, or like just as business wise? And so I guess real quickly, for something that's fun, I love to fly airplanes. So that is like when I'm there, I'm just like, whoo, in this perfect little world. And I love doing it. I can
tell that's it because you light up talking about
it. I do. I love it. Every time it gives me like literally, I'm like, oh, I just want to be up there all the time, but I can't.
Okay. Now I feel like we need to tie in like Gangster G Flyer. Come up with a rap name for you. How many women, like you just don't see many pilots that look like you. It's just not common, right?
Well, I want to be. Boy, I'll fly all the rappers.
Then all the music would be good. You would.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so now can you tell me, why did you join the League of Goddesses?
I'm sorry.
Oh, why did you join the League of Goddesses?
Oh, okay. So, Maddie and you were a big part of that. Y'all invited me, and I have met y'all and look up to you, especially so much that I had to be a part. Whatever you guys were doing, I was down to see what we were going to be doing, and what it was going to be about. So I did it without hesitation.
That's so beautiful. Thank you for putting your trust in me and just being such a shining light in the league. It's so nice to have your impact there. And I know so many of the women that have met you are just like, she's awesome. And that is what the league is, right? It's only as amazing as the women who are in it. So it's lovely to have.
Well, it's intimidating because I'm just like, everyone is so awesome. And sometimes it makes me feel like, oh, maybe you don't belong, but I think that's just what Andy would say is that bitch voice, like
You do belong. You just told us what a badass you are. Yes, yes. And I think that that happens with all of us, right? We all have that voice that sometimes tells us we're not good enough, and
Yeah.
it's never right. I'm like, the older I get, the more I realize that voice is never right. So I'm glad that you didn't listen and you became a part of the league. Can you tell me, what do you hope to attain from this community?
Well, self-confidence. I do struggle with that. So, stepping out of my comfort zones and just being able to have a group of women that totally you got your back and, are able to be there and listen and or bounce ideas off of or to call. So, I like that.
Beautiful. I love that the league can be that for you. So it makes me really happy. Can you tell me what you hope to contribute to the league?
Well, I don't know what I can, but I always would be a sounding board or anything for anyone else, or anyone to talk to. I would be happy to help anybody, not free. I mean, free of cost, to help them if they had any questions about real estate, just to be, that person to help through a transaction or something like that without, even being involved in it if they had, any real estate questions or anything.
Oh, that's so kind of you. And I feel like that's such a valuable thing to be able to offer. And I think that the women having the opportunity to watch this, that's one of those things that you tuck away and like, hey, if I ever need advice, I know who to go to. So thank you for that. It's very, very cool.
I'd be happy to do any of that for any of my fellow girlfriends.
Wonderful. Well, I appreciate that. Now, can you tell me who is important in your life? I know one of them.
Yes. Donovan and my son. They are very important. And then of course we have a fur baby and I am in total love.
Oh, what kind of dog? Is it a dog?
Yes, it's a little puppy. Well, today is her birthday and she is 7 years old. So we're going to be celebrating a birthday tonight. But she's a rescue dog and the vet said she has Chihuahua in her and something else, but I just love her.
She's little and cute.
Yes, she's so cute and white, and she's white and wiry looking.
Wow, beautiful. I feel like you should post a picture when I post your interview so we can all about her. Oh, lovely. Okay, so now can you tell me what dream have you made come true in your life?
What I would say for that would be, I've always worked to build other people up. I've been one of those that likes to be in the shadows and I'm down for helping anybody. But within probably a year and a half or so, I decided I was going to go out on my own and actually be my own boss and start doing my own thing. And it's paid off big time.
You just were like, holy shit, I'm a superstar. What have I been doing all of these years?
I was like, and I still love building other people and helping other people, but it's like, okay, well, let me, actually have the confidence and start working on building myself up instead of other people.
That is beautiful. And I know that you're such a giving heart that as high up as you're able to build yourself, you bring people with you.
Yeah, definitely. It's only best whenever you can have the people around you.
Of course, that you love. Oh, of course. Yeah. Well, congratulations on that. That's kind of what I was hinting at earlier. It's been so beautiful to watch you just blossom and put the work in to get yourself where you want it to be. It's very admirable. So I know you enjoy it. Okay, so now tell me, what does your heart most desire at this time? If I could wave a magic wand and make anything come true for you.
Yeah, it's just building my brand and, trying to build more clientele. And so that's just staying focused.
I feel you. I think that we all, I used to say, I balanced things well, but what I realized is balance has to be equal, right? Those are equal amounts to balance something. And so now what I hope for more than balance is harmony between all of the different hats that I wear. So I kind of expanded how I look at it and realized that everything just has to flow. And some days, there's more work, and some days there's more personal time, and some days, and you just get into that flow of harmony in your life and things open up and become just much more beautiful. And as a woman, I think that we have to remember that part of our superpower is our ability to harmonize. And we don't have to be so rigid, even though rigid works sometimes, right? I've been very rigid and dedicated. But what I realized is I'm even more powerful when I allow myself to harmonize. It's the superpower we all have, right?
Right. And that's incredible, because I really learned that at our retreat that we had.
Yeah.
And just to hear everybody, because I was just focused on this and stressed and, trying to keep everything together and feel like you have to be, instead of delegating and things. So I'm getting better at that.
That's awesome.
From the retreat. So
it makes me so happy when I hear you ladies say things like that. And then when I open up, another event and everybody's just like, oh my God, I'm coming. And I'm like, it makes me so happy, because I know that I didn't have that opportunity when I was, 1 year in on my journey. And so for me to be able to provide that for others, that's my bliss. And that's where I call it selfish giving. You've heard me say it a million times, but it makes me feel so good to know that I can help other women accomplish their dreams, and just to be there to offer that support. So I'm excited about this.
So well, you're just like radiant. All that that's what from the moment I met you, I was like, oh my goodness, she is just a person to follow. Definitely.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
I see way big for you.
Well, thank you. I see way big for all of us. I'm just, that's part of my dreamer in me. Anyone I see, I'm like, oh, potential. So much potential. And it makes me so excited, because I'm like, we can all be, whatever it is that we want to be. We just have to decide what is that. So thank you for your sweet words. It means a lot. Okay, so this question I always love, and it just always makes me giggle how people would introduce themselves. But if you were not Geneva and you were going to talk about Geneva to a girlfriend because you wanted to introduce them, what would you say about her?
Well, I would say that she is a very kind, giving person. And I would say that she's understanding and compassionate.
Oh,
so I'm loyal.
Yes, loyal, and so sweet. You missed that. Like, you are so sweet and funny too. Like, funny in little quirky ways. You add like little zaps of that's hilarious. And you kind of have to pay attention too, because you're a little bit quiet. But if you listen to the things that you talk about and say, I hear it in there. And I'm always like, oh, it's like the cherry on top. That's what I do. Like, you always have that little cherry. Okay, I think you did a great description of you. Now tell me, and this question is a little bit more deep, so if you need a moment, please feel free to take it. I know when I had to answer it, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was wondering, I was like, has anyone interviewed her? I was scared to look at any other. Have you already been interviewed?
Yeah, it's on there.
Oh my goodness, see, that's terrible. But after watching Miss Saunders, I was like, oh my goodness, I am not going after her.
That woman is just like a bottle of energy and joy. Everything she says, I'm just like, I love you. I love you.
I love her. She's awesome. But I was like, I do not want to be.
Whatever. You're just as awesome, just a different kind. But I totally, when I hear her speak, I'm like, I feel like I need to ask her to mentor me. And then I'm like, Alicia, she's mentoring someone else. But I totally was like, can I throw my name in the hat? She's just so inspiring. Like, it's just
and she is hilarious. Like, after meeting her at the retreat, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm in love.
Yeah, I know. And you don't even have to give her a drink to make her. No, she needs nothing. Actually, I mean, she doesn't need it, but I know she likes sunshine. It's like, she likes that. So, okay, now tell me, and back to our question, what is the vision that you have for humanity? You could, help or choose something to really devote to. What is it?
Oh my goodness. So world peace, duh. No,
I wouldn't be surprised. I think we're all looking for it.
Yeah, I know. It's just been crazy with the world right now. And I just feel like everybody should be a little bit more open-minded and probably just compassion, to have compassion for others.
I like that. And that's such a good one. Compassion is much easier, in my point of view, to give and extend when you feel great. But when the world is kind of spinning and things are a little bit crazy, it's so much harder, right? And right now it's like we all need it more than ever. And so that's a beautiful one. I love it. Do you feel like your vision for humanity affects your decision making?
Well, it helps me be more understanding and compassionate towards other people and their views. And I tend to slow down and pay attention more and listen, just listen.
I love it. So somebody used to tell me, listen twice, talk once. Like, yes. So that makes sense. Can you tell me if you've implemented actions into your business to help create that vision of compassion?
Well, probably the same method of just have myself where I, attentive to people, what they're saying and what they need, and be understanding towards it. Yeah. Instead of just, no matter what anyone's view is, just be accepting of it and understanding.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we're at our last question. I can't believe it's already here, but if you could share one piece of advice or maybe a tip that was given to you that just rocked your world, what would it be?
Okay, so to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that is just something that I have to learn to do, and I am trying to really do. And so that's really the best advice. If I'm comfortable, I'm not doing the right thing. I need to, do what I can to step out.
To shake it up and expand, right?
Yes, and learn, keep learning.
Girl, you're doing it. So if you're not comfortable being uncomfortable, you fake it very well. Like, I've seen you expand so much in the last year. I think it's been about 1.5 years we've known each other, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a year. And it's just been beautiful to watch. So you definitely fake it well.
Oh, well,
I don't.
I'm like, I am a nervous wreck.
Oh, well, you do it beautifully. There you go. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview with me today. I know that the other women in the league are going to be so excited to get to know you better. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I am so happy we're here. Mwah.